Good morning. So this reading is for Friday, December 5th. And let's get a little bit around our past, our present, and our future. Current energy. And future energy. So I just got the word rebuilding. So let me start with where this video is available. So this is available on both YouTube and Rumble, Tarot and Astrology with Michelle. Whatever's unfolding right now, you're in this kind of rebuilding phase. I'm just getting that one word. Okay. So looking here, bottom of the deck, Page of Cups. Now I'm getting you opening up. So the Page of Cups is kind of wearing your heart on your sleeve. It's opening yourself up emotionally to new beginnings, taking action that leads to new beginnings, but it's all coming from your emotional space. This is something that you really want. And that's the rebuilding. This is actually driving the rebuilding energy because it's something that you really want. And when you want it, you're motivated. So you're working towards this. I'm actually getting effort connected to it. Previously, I was picking up on some sort of planning phase. I actually feel like now you're starting to put kind of pen to paper. How do I make this happen? What kind of steps should I be taking? A little bit more than the planning phase because you've done that piece already, but now you're kind of observing and saying, okay, now it's time to do this. Now it's time to make this happen. Because I'm seeing kind of pen to paper, but I'm also getting the action connected to it. So this is based on whatever plans that you're trying to put into place. Now is this rebuilding. I'm getting these very kind of early steps in this rebuilding phase. So when I look at the past here, I get the Death card, Scorpio energy, change and transformation, endings and new beginnings. And then I get the star showing up with it, Aquarius. And so this is all about your hopes and dreams. It's also healing. And then I get the Ace of Cups, Page of Cups. This is what you want. The change already happened here in the past. And now it's about you focusing on the future. You've gone through a lot of just this internal, I would say, soul level change, the way it's coming through. And now you're looking for, I'm getting the word peace. You're looking for some sort of shift in the dynamics around you. It's this calm energy that you're looking for right now. It's this kind of level of peace, but it's internal peace that you're starting with. And you're building from a place of confidence, stability, this very grounded energy within you. Like, I can take it or leave it. I'm okay with however this unfolds because I'm taking all the right actions that really align with what I want. So if something isn't coming into alignment the way that I would expect it to, or the way that I really want it to, there's a reason for it. You're starting to trust the process here. You're starting to trust in the universe, divine timing, and just all of this action here that you're taking. And so when I look at the current energy and I get the Knight of Swords, you're moving forward pretty quickly here. I get the World. You're closing out a cycle. You're completing the transformation. That's exactly what this feels like. And on the other side of that, I'm getting the Sun. So the Sun, it's focusing on the future. It's warmth. It's optimism. There's something that's growing. It's growing within you, and it's connected to the Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups. It's all of this change. It's the more that you lean into it and you embrace all of this new beginning energy and you're taking actions based on these goals that you have and all the planning that you've already been working through, something feels warm and inviting, almost like the universe is saying, yes, come this way, come down this path with me. Okay. So it feels really good. Very just that warm, inviting, like that kind of, let me just kind of guide you here with this energy. That's what it feels like. And so when I look at the future and I get the Two of Cups, now, it could be about romance. Take it as it resonates. I'm not getting that as a dominant energy, but I am getting some of that energy. Two of Cups here is really about alignment. It's focusing on what you want. It's acting from a place of balance. It's the Ace of Cups, Two of Cups. You're making progress here. You're moving in the right direction. I'm getting the Judgment card. So that judgment, the resurrection, rebirth, it's really the completed process of the Death and the Star. It's all the work that you've done, all the healing. It's being reflected here in the decisions that you make, in the actions that you're taking, and just everything that you're doing going forward. You're coming at it from this kind of Phoenix rising perspective. I'm also getting the devil showing up here. So we'll find out a little bit more about the devil here in a minute, but it does feel like there's an awareness and a recognition. The devil is temptation, the way it's coming through. So there's something about the past wanting to tempt you back because you have undergone some sort of shift here in just the way that you're approaching things, this kind of soul level change that I'm picking up on. And so there might be a situation, person, take it as it resonates, and however it shows up in your life, where you may, based on old conditioning, old patterns, you may find yourself starting to act in an old way. But I feel like the awareness is there with the Judgment card that you're not going to give in to that temptation. You're not going to let yourself fall back into an old pattern here, because this really is about you moving forward, embracing something that you want for yourself. It's the change that you've undergone, the direction that you're moving, because it is so warm and inviting. You don't want anything connected to the past because it feels like that would be a hindrance. It would hold you back in some way. So let's get some additional details here. Tell me about the Death card, the Star, Ace of Cups, so with the Death card, I'm getting the Three of Pentacles. So the change, there's the building energy. I love when the cards come out like this. So that Three of Pentacles, it's teamwork, it's collaboration. This actually feels like you with your higher self. All of the changes that you've been going through. At some point here, it feels like you just kind of surrendered to the process. You recognize that any kind of resistance wasn't working in your favor. And so you said, okay, well, whatever's meant to happen, let's see how it all unfolds. I'm going to take the steps that align with the goals that I've set. But if I kind of let go of these kind of small intermediate outcomes, things are going to go much better. And it feels like that's the surrender that I'm picking up on. So it feels like you had expectations along the way that kind of checkpoints. This is going to unfold by this date, or something is going to unfold in this way. And when that didn't happen, it can create this frustrating energy. And it feels like that's what you were surrendering, this frustrating energy. Three of Pentacles, it's a building. So something here is building in your favor. And I say that pretty strongly because I've got the Star out here twice. That's why I was smiling. So to have the Star out here twice, this is really, it just feels like you're meant to move in this direction at this time. This is coming through as divine timing, even though it's not a divine timing card. This is really just the pure alignment, the kind of recognition of where you are on your path, and the understanding that things are going to unfold because I'm putting in the work. I'm aligning with my goals and dreams. And so it's letting go of those expectations, timing, everything that you had along the way really does work in your favor here. And so with the Ace of Cups, I'm getting the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is you investing in yourself. Now the Seven of Pentacles is saying, okay, I'm putting in the energy and the effort. I don't expect to see a reward right away. I'm going to do what I need to do because it's really about kind of harvesting a crop. So you're planting seeds, but it's not immediate that they're out of the ground, that you're able to kind of pick your harvest and really kind of receive all the benefits of it. I probably picked a bad analogy there, but anyway, so I think you get what I'm saying. You plant these seeds of growth, and it takes time to cultivate this entire process, these goals and dreams. It's not going to happen overnight. You're going to make tweaks along the way. There's going to be things, modifications that are just necessary. It's a part of life. It's more attuned you are with the goals that you're setting, the more refined they get. And that also refines the actions and the decisions that you're making as you align with those even further. Tell me about the Knight of Swords. The World. The Sun. So here with the Knight of Swords, I'm getting the Fool. So the Fool is that brand new beginning energy. So this is you going after exactly what you want, and it's going about it differently because of all the changes that have happened within you. But it's also this kind of surrender. I'm getting, that's a very strong word that's coming out, and it's coming through repeatedly. There's something about surrendering to the path, surrendering to your spiritual path here. Okay. I'm not getting anything else on that, but I do keep getting that phrase over and over. And so what I'm getting here with the World is closing out a cycle, strength. Strength card, Leo energy. It's digging deep, finding the courage, the strength within yourself to say, okay, this is done. This is over. I'm only embracing a new beginning, because you have the World out here and the Fool. So it feels like whatever is coming to a close, you're ready to leave it behind. And this is the releasing energy. And we are still in that full moon in Gemini energy. And here with the Sun, I'm getting the Page of Pentacles. So more planning for the future. This Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups. So when I was getting the message around the refining dreams, this actually feels like it's it. The more that you step into the sunlight, the more that you see everything happening around you, the more detailed you get on your dreams, and the more refined they get. So taking it from a very broad perspective and narrowing it down. And it doesn't feel like it's going to be that dramatic overnight. It feels like as you kind of move down the path and you figure out what works, what doesn't work for you, there's going to be this continuous planning for the future. That's that Page of Pentacles energy. It's continuously taking in all of this information, figuring out what works, what doesn't work. So the more you step into the sunlight, the easier it is to identify exactly what it is that you want to accomplish in this new beginning. It also helps you close out the old cycle too, because you're able to compare and contrast the sunlight with the darkness, the kind of new warm energy and what needs to be left behind here altogether. It does feel like that comparison, it's showing up here. So you might find over the next few days, even in the next few weeks, that there's going to be some sort of comparison around the old and the new. And it's really to show you how different this new is, because it feels completely different, like 180 degrees different here. Tell me about the Two of Cups. Judgment. The Devil. So here, the Two of Cups, the Magician energy. So the Magician's about manifesting what you want. This union, this alignment with your goals and dreams. Could be another person. Again, take it as it resonates. This is something coming into fruition. This is all the energy and effort that you're putting into it. It feels more real in the future energy, like you can actually see it in front of you. All the planning, all the preparation, all this kind of internal modification is setting you up for success, because it feels like it's showing itself, visibly showing itself here in the future energy. And with the Judgment card, I'm getting the Two of Swords. So any kind of clarity that you needed, you now have. That's the sunlight. That is closing out the old cycle. The Two of Swords is a card of indecision. And it feels like your mind is very made up here with the Judgment card. This is a final decision. I've made everything the way that I want it to be. I'm moving in this direction. I'm not interested in reconsidering or going back and reevaluating all the decisions that I've made, or taking a second glance at all these actions. I do get this very stark contrast between these two cards. And what I find really interesting too is these cards are dramatically different from a deck standpoint and even the card thickness. But look at the colors on the cards. When I look at the Two of Swords and how much darkness, not a lot of light, but similar color pattern showing up here on the Judgment, where I've got a lot more of that lighter color and a lot less of that darker color. So this is really about you being very clear on what you want, moving in the right direction, and just focusing here on, no, I'm not going to reconsider. I'm not going to go back and second guess myself. I know exactly what I'm doing. And that's where you defeat the Devil energy, because the Devil's showing up here with the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords lies manipulation and deceit. And it feels like what the Devil does is it distorts the image. It kind of convinces you that what is real, or convinces you something is real when it's not. And that feels like the indecision here. But with the Judgment card, I feel like you see all of this very clearly. So anytime that the Devil presents itself, I don't get the sense that you're actively going to go back into the old pattern. You're going to see it, you're going to recognize, and you're going to do something about it. So the kind of warning here is, if you find yourself entering into a period of second guessing yourself, or that indecision, like, what do I do now? This is the Devil creeping in. And so the awareness of, no, I know exactly what I want to do. I've already started going down this path. I'm clear on my goals, my dreams, my wishes. Now I just need to keep moving forward, aligning with them. So this is the reading for Friday. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.